let's chat on Uruguay, Colombia. This almost feels like a final.
Yeah.
Nige, what's your anticipation level for this one?
Befitting of a final. I think the game is going to be played like a final.
Yeah.
Both teams, to me, are really very talented. I did pick Colombia as my team to win it all. I just think there's something special about this team now. 27 games undefeated. And they've just got everything. They've got the perfect balance. You know,
what a picture.
Rodriguez is a fantastic.
Awesome.
He's on great form right now. But then you've got Díaz and Díaz, two sensational wingers who can go inside, outside. The balance of the team for me is really good when you look at Colombia. Uruguay as well, you could pretty much say the same about them. And I think one player for me that really has stood out that I really like is De La Cruz, a player not many people might be familiar with. He plays for Flamengo in Brasilia. Seen him play a lot, played for River Plate, Nico's nemesis team. But he really is a talented player, and the way that Uruguay are playing right now as well, it's just so exciting to watch.
I think a massive miss in Ronald Araujo. Right in the back. I mean, he's against the U.S. He was the player of the match. And he's been, when you want to play the way that Bielsa wants to play, and almost in an enforcer-type mentality, you have to have guys like him on the field. And Jimenez is going to come in, likely, right, and he'll be the guy to fill in that role, and experience from him. But Araujo, I think, was one of their best players, not available now because I think the hamstring injury is just too much. But I think that's going to be a massive, massive miss.
He was a bit of a bully, though, because when they did play Brazil, he did give a little cheap shot to young
need that, though.
Yeah, but you don't do it to Endrick as a kid.
Why?
Why not? That's the guy you do it to first.
Come on, man.
Welcome to the show.
There's levels to that. I understand that. But he's gone right into the back of Endrick for no reason. There's literally just, come on, he's a kid.
Are you kidding me?
He's a kid. If you're going to be bullying someone,
there's no age here. This is the
bully someone your age. Come on. I don't agree to that.
You've never set foot in South America, clearly.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm fine with that, but I just think that there's a little bit too far.
That's strange coming from you. I didn't expect that.
I was not a bully.
That's crossing the line.
I was not a bully. That's one thing. Give it to people who are not going to give it back to you.
Look, I think there's a lot of
playing as a forward. He's a center back. Who are you going to give it to?
Because this was after when Brazil were defending the corner, and then Araujo's come right in the back of him. I understand that, and it just goes to your point about being an enforcer. But
look, I think it's very difficult to translate Copa America culturally to people who aren't from South America.
No, it's not. What's Libertadores? It's the same thing when you watch them teams.
Right, but I feel like people who are not, don't understand the nuances and the idiosyncrasies of a South American. The struggles that a lot of these players have to go to, how nasty. I get it. I'm not calling you out.
I get it. I'll just let you know I get it.
That cheap shot is like the most innocuous thing in the grand scheme of things. Football, the things that these guys go through on a daily.
Nico, is this game going to be like a final?
Absolutely, and I think the turnover from the physical and mental fatigue from having beaten and eliminated Brazil for Uruguay might take a toll when they go up against Colombia. Brazil had mental and physical fatigue from that Colombia game. They were worked in that game. And even with a man up, with 12 minutes to go, they looked tired and they couldn't push and go that extra step. So Colombia has a little bit of an edge because football-wise, I think Colombia has shown more. Although with the ball, Uruguay has had really good flashes. I think these are if I'm doing a power ranking, these two teams are above Argentina, my power ranking.
Yeah.
If you're in the dressing room, in the Uruguay dressing room, and you're managing this team and you're Bielsa, what's the first thing you have to do against Colombia? You have to break the rhythm of Colombia. And there's one way to break the rhythm of Colombia. And I'm sorry, Nige, it's to bully a little bit, right? It's to bully. And I know you don't like bullying.
All game long.
And so I go back to the comments from Bielsa about the beautiful game, and we're watching it differently now. He may have to change. I don't know if he changes the style, but he's certainly going to have to be physical with this side, because this is a Colombian side that has been about as good as anybody in the world right now. What is it, 27, did we say, or 28? 27 games?
Yeah.
Wow. Right? That's a long stretch of games. They're going to have to break the rhythm. They're going to have to throw James Rodriguez off a little bit. Look, Colombia's ready for it. Colombia can give it back just as much as they're going to be able to take it, but expect that type of game.
I would say when you look at all the players we're seeing here, and Sue's probably going to like this one.
Yes, I am. I know exactly where you're going.
I would say, for me, the one player that really wants to make a statement to say I'm one of the best players in the world, Díaz. Díaz, for me, and he deserves it because he's been absolutely sensational. The way he's taking his game to another level. James Rodriguez is getting a lot of credit because he's just got back to that form of what we saw. But for me, Díaz is still the key player for this Colombia side. So just like you said there, if you're Uruguay, you're going to want to hurt Díaz. Díaz is the one you're going to put him in the rafters, as they say.
Well, all right, let's chat on Darwin, Nige, because I know that you are a Darwin stan, like I am. What have you made of his tournament so far?
He's been good, man. Darwin Núñez isn't the enigma of Darwin Núñez. He's been absolutely great, but why he's so successful, I would probably say at Uruguay more so than at Liverpool, is the team is structured for him. Pilastri and Araujo are getting crosses into the box, and most of his goals generally have been tap-ins, and it's been very effective. But he does his part for this team, and I feel it's just a different thing. I think, like Nico says, the reason why it's more successful for Uruguay is the cultural aspect. These are his countrymen. So he's used to that, and I think there's a deeper understanding and connection than it is when he's been in Liverpool. So I think that's why he's been more successful.
Speaking of Darwin and survival of the fittest and the battle that this game is going to be, they recover. Colombia recovers Jefferson Lerma, who is that type of enforcer. Not only is he good with the ball, but he's a big physical presence in the midfield that, hey, if we're down to scrap, and I'm Colombia, and if the game is going to get into that, I want Jefferson Lerma on my side.
You lied. You said that was me you wanted on your side last time.
I'll take you on my team, bro. That's why I'm
Just
so...
don't play in South America. We got to play the game in Europe right now.
I could get down with it. I could get down.
That's why I was so confused by your comments.
You were confusing there for a bit.
It wasn't confusing.
Yes.
My bit is I understand the enforcer part, but I was never someone that's going to pick on a young kid coming through like that.
Okay.
That
Nige is a
was
good
it.
guy.
That
We get
was
it.
it.